Hello, everyone. A parent of the student we will be discussing today is here with us. So we can make decisions about his education plans. We will lay out how we have collaborated as a team to best serve a child's needs and explain our recommended plan for the student. It is important that you, as his parent, approve of any education plan we develop and are involved in his education. We are excited to be working with you.
Hi Phoebe, welcome to Pucketts IEP meeting. So today we have rounded together a variety of professionals that will help your son in the evaluation process of what is best for his educational needs. As an IEP team, it is our job to collaborate and come up with the best education plan for your son and make sure it fits his unique needs. As a parent, you are part of this team and have a big role in your child's educational decisions, and throughout this process, nothing will be decided upon without your approval. We will discuss and plan the specialized education and related services designed to provide your son access to and progress in the general education classroom. The professionals include myself, Sydney Zurita, myself being a counselor.
And I am Sydney Broussard, and I am one of the deaf education teachers.
I am Annie Wehinger, and I am the principal at Pucketts Mill.
And finally, I'm Ivanna Figueredo, and I'm one of the interpreters at Pucketts Mill.
We looked at your son's academic history and are aware that your son has been attending residential schools for his educational career. He scores at the top of his class, but as he's gotten older, he requires more advanced curriculum. We have collaborated and come up with a plan that we want to discuss with you. So moving forward with an appropriate and challenging curriculum for your son.
So we want to make sure that your son continues to be challenged academically so he can continue to grow and excel in school. So the option that we have come up with that we believe to be best suitable for him and his academic success is that he remains at the residential school he currently attends, but also receives part of his education at a public school in an inclusion program. So in an inclusion program, your son will attend general education classes alongside hearing students, and the classroom and curriculum will be adapted to fit his needs. So there will be a wide variety of accommodations made for your child in the classroom.
I will be your son's deaf education teacher, and I will ensure his success inside the deaf education classroom, as well as being challenged inside the mainstream classroom as well. Me and another teacher within the general education classroom will be corresponding as co-teachers in this role, and will pretty much get your son to have the best of both worlds scenario. No child can grow within the realm of familiarity, so it's important to be challenged and questioned in order to grow within that classroom setting. Within the deaf education classroom, a variety of services and resources will be available, such as interpreters, note takers, teachers' aides, and consultants. Your son will be introduced to opportunities that are not offered within the residential school when being inside the general education classroom. He will have more opportunity to be challenged within the classroom, facilitating growth. Thus, his advanced needs can be met. Residential schools have played a big part in your family and your son's life, and being involved in the deaf community is important. So holding that as a positive deaf identity is important to your family, and we will ensure that. Keeping him involved in residential schools while also giving him the opportunity to expand will allow him to grow. From the article, An Examination of Two Co-Teaching Classrooms by Luckner, it states, on top of the extra hands, having two teachers offers another mind to problem solve the same challenges and meets the needs of a diverse student population. Having access to general education classroom is great for your son's academic success, but also having a teacher he can communicate with will allow for an easier transition.
As the school's principal, I oversee the education or the inclusion program and make sure all the students involved are receiving an appropriate education that meets their needs. I have hired multiple deaf education teachers and interpreters that are equipped and trained to work with the deaf and hard of hearing students. It is important that the school your son attends has the training and resources available to appropriately educate your child. And I have made Pucketts Mill a very enriched resource school that is able to educate a wide range of students. I want to ensure that the best environment for your child, that we have the best environment for your child and make him feel welcome.
I will be the interpreter working alongside your son inside and outside the classroom. My job is to ensure your son's understanding in the classroom and translate any questions or concerns he has. I will be with him in all of his classes to help him communicate with his teachers and peers. Since your son's primary language is American Sign Language, I will make sure that everything is translated correctly and there's little to no language barrier. Practice is perfect. After time getting to know each other, we will adapt to different ways in which we communicate. I know how important deaf culture is to your family, so I want to assure you that even in general education, your son will remain involved in the culture and use ASL. It is important that he can still use sign language, and I will be there for that.
So I am the school's counselor, and as the school's counselor, it is my job to maximize student success and promote access and equity for all students. Children need guidance and support, especially when it comes to dealing with academic, personal, parental, and social pressures. If your son is having any difficulties in the classroom academically, socially, or even emotionally, I will be there to support and advocate for him. It is my job to listen to students' concerns and help guide them in the right direction. Since he'll be attending a new school, it can take time to adjust to a new environment with new kids, and I will be there for him every step of the way. My goal is to be an adult that your son feels safe and comfortable coming to and talking to anytime he needs.
We want you to know that as his parent, you play a big role in this process and in his education. Parents play a big part in the IEDP team and the decision making of that child's education plan. According to Rutledge, Taylor, and Francis Group, it states that positive paternal involvement seems to help children in areas such as cognitive abilities and academic achievement, psychological adaptation, self-esteem, social abilities, and peer relationships. This is why we believe involving you in the decision-making process was so crucial. Parental involvement is vital in the educational developmental stages of your child. This could be a hard transition for your child, and you being there to support him would mean so much.
We would love for you to come visit our schools so you can get a better understanding of what the inclusion program consists of and if this school would be a good fit for your son.
If you have any questions or concerns, Phoebe, at all, then please feel free to reach out and we'll be happy to meet with you again. We look forward to hearing from you and hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.